One of our main questions when we study any foreign language, that's what's the difference? What's the difference between this word and that one? When can I use this word and when can I use another one? It's always about the words that we translate the same way into our native language. And that's where the confusion comes and we start having some problems. That's why today I decided to cover 3 pairs of Russian questions that are usually the most difficult for students. What's the difference between Почему, Зачем, Какой, Chto, and Gde, Kuda? In English, you translate them the same way. Why, where, what. But in Russian, we have a difference between them and we use them in different situations. So let's figure it out together. What's the difference between those words? Let's start with Какой, Chto. Какой, Chto. What? The first one is Chto. Chto we will use when we ask a question about an action. What are you doing? What are you watching? What are you listening to? Что ты делаешь? Что ты смотришь? Что ты слушаешь? You see, just an action. There is nothing extra here. That's the question about an action. It's related to the action. And also the main question, what is it? Что это? Here we also use the word что, because что is just the basic question to describe an object. Что, that's the question, what for an object. And then the opposite question is Какой. Какой can be actually used in many forms. You could see it in the basic form, and basic forms we have 4 of them. So you could see Какой male, Какая female, Какое neuter, and Какие plural. You also can see this word in different forms, like different cases. Какую, каких, каком, какой. Many different forms. But still main question, when should we use it? And we will use it when we ask a question about an object. When you connect this какой with the object. What kind of something or which? Like, let's ask the question. Какой сегодня день? What day is today? What day? These 2 words are connected. Or feminine form. Какая сегодня погода? Again, какая погода? What's the weather like outside? Какая сегодня погода? And we can look at this word in a different case. Let's take accusative feminine. Какую музыку ты слушаешь? Какую музыку ты слушаешь? What music are you listening to? You could ask me here, okay, but this question is very similar to the one before when we just asked, what are you listening to? Here we also have an action, same action, слушаешь. So why do we need to use какую here? Simply because какую is not connected to the action. What are you listening to? What kind of music are you listening to? You see the difference between these 2 questions. Какую музыку? That's more important than the action слушаешь. So if you have a direct object, an object you're asking a question about, you will use the word какой. Then the second pair, let's take где, куда, where. Let's start with где. Где you will use for asking a location. Где ты? Where are you? Where are you now? What's your location? Send me your location. You see, that's где, где ты. But if you ask the question куда, that's about direction, motion. Where are you going? It should be. Куда ты идешь? Куда ты идешь? But even if you skip this word идешь from the question and you would just ask куда ты, a Russian person, a Russian native will understand this question like where are you going? It's not just where are you. They won't answer я дома, I'm at home. No, if they hear a question куда ты, they will immediately know that you ask about motion. Where are you going? So if you have any verb of motion, no matter which one, swimming, flying, going by transport, you will always use куда. But a little tricky part here is the verbs of placement. So when you put something somewhere, you place the object somewhere, it's also the question куда. Where did you put my keys, for example? It's going to take куда. Куда ты положил мои ключи? So the verbs of placement like положить, поставить, повесить, they will take куда. But if we just say лежать, стоять, висеть, the verbs of location, they are gonna take где. Где лежат мои ключи? I know it's a little bit weird, but that's how we use them. And the last pair is почему, зачем. Why? I know that for many people, many foreigners, and many of my students, these two questions are the most difficult because it's really difficult to understand the logic of using them. For Russians, though, it's very natural and there is no problem in understanding these two questions. So let me try to explain it to you so you'll understand how to use these two tricky questions. The first one, почему, we ask when we want to know the reason of the action. Why? The reason. And the second one, зачем, we ask when we want to know a purpose of the action, your goal. Why did you do that? What for? And here you could tell me, okay, but what's the difference between reason, purpose, goal? It's all the same. It sounds all the same in English. I partly agree with you, but let me continue. Here, you could ask the same question, like in English you ask the question, why did you do that? In Russian, we could ask two questions using these two question words. The first one, let me ask you, почему ты это сделал? Why did you do that? I'm still calm. I'm just asking you, like, what's the reason? Why did you do that? I just want to know the reason for now. But if I ask you, зачем ты это сделал? Why did you do that? What for? What's the purpose of your action? Here, as you can see, I'm a little bit more irritated. I would say I'm not calm anymore. And this question sounds more serious. Почему ты это сделал? Зачем ты это сделал? So you see, obviously the difference between these two questions is not huge, but still there is a difference. So sometimes you could replace these two words and you will get slightly different idea. Reason, purpose. But sometimes it's impossible to replace one word with another. Usually it happens with почему, because more often we ask about the reason and not the purpose. Like, let's imagine the situation when you're telling me, I'm feeling bad. Мне плохо. I can only ask почему. Почему тебе плохо? Why are you feeling bad? What's the reason of this situation? What's the reason of you feeling bad? If I ask a different question using зачем, that would be super weird. Зачем тебе плохо? Like, what's the purpose of you feeling bad? That's a weird question. And that's why only почему is possible. When we ask about feelings, emotions, we want to know a reason and not the purpose. Почему тебе плохо? And that was it. I hope it was helpful. I will do more videos like that where I will explain to you the difference between this and that word in Russian, because we actually have a lot of such words. Many verbs that are similar, many nouns, adjectives. So everything in Russian can be similar. And I will explain to you the difference between all of them. Subscribe for more.